Okay, cool. We are away. The trouble with processing heavy emotions. What is the trouble with processing heavy emotions? Well, the more we try and process them, the more they stay. The more we resist it, the more they persist. Yesterday I was trying to do this exact video, and life is so funny. I was dealing with some really heavy emotions when I was trying to film this, and they just kept getting in the way of me actually communicating this video. And I was like, just thinking, like, my higher self was like, you know, this is kind of funny, how ironic. And kind of knew that there was something for me to get, like there was a reason why this was happening, like there was something for me to learn about it, so then I could actually communicate it with some like real authenticity and some real heart. It was humbling. I was like, yeah, wow, like we as humans really need help with this, me included. That was my higher self. My ego, my lower self, was hating it. You know, it was fighting it tooth and nail. Like, I just want to get this video done. I've got things to do. This shouldn't be happening. Like, I thought I was beyond these emotions and feelings of, you know, not good enough and unworthiness and yeah, all of that was coming up. And yeah, my ego got me into a real spin, and I'm like, I just have to leave this video. I just have to let it go. And come back to it today. And I think that's the most important thing about processing heavy emotions. Is to not let our thoughts get in the way of it. There's some beautiful magpies here. Whenever I'm meditating out here, or whenever I go to do a video, they speak. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, it's so important. When we got those heavy emotions come up, that we just feel the emotion itself, and we don't add anything extra to it, because what tends to happen is that thought that we're adding to the experience, the meaning that we're giving the experience, jams the emotion in there. So the classic one is like, this shouldn't be happening. Like, there's some idea that this shouldn't be happening. And that thought there it just like perpetuates the exact emotion that's needing to be processed. And without that thought, what is an emotion? It's actually just a sensation. It's just a feeling that's being felt. And the natural inclination of it is for it to be felt and then to pass. Like, this too shall pass. Like, nothing lasts forever. Like, this emotion has a lifespan as well, and it can actually just move through us freely, and will move through us freely. But that's what happens, is we have a thought about it. That's how people are stuck and locked into like depression. It's like it's sadness or grief or just any emotion, but their mind says this shouldn't be happening, and then it keeps on generating that emotion over and over again. What's been helpful for me is just to see our emotions that come up as weather, like simply weather. like I'm quite an emotional person. My emotions are, who knows, I don't know what other people's experience is like, right? I don't live as them, but I feel mine are intense, right? They seem intense to me. So what's been helpful is like, yeah, like sometimes weather is intense. Like sometimes it's just like, it's stormy out, or there's even a tornado, or you know, a tsunami, or you know, a volcano. And sometimes it's sunny as well. And just that awareness of like, oh, it's a sunny day today. I'm feeling really good today. Oh, there's a lot of feeling and sensation here today. Okay. And not to make it like this personal thing of like, oh, this is because of me and I did this, and I shouldn't have done that, and this shouldn't be happening or anything like that. It's just like, it's not personal. It's like just, this is just part of life. This is just part of the human experience. That has helped. That has really helped me with the processing of it, and just seeing it as a part of life, and just like also like something that just needs to be done. Like I just need to do this, just like I would need to do the dishes. Like I can be like, damn, those dishes are in the sink, it sucks, it shouldn't be that way, I don't want to do it, but like the dishes are still there and they're still gonna need to be done. Like this is just me doing the dishes, like doing the emotional work. And having said that, like doesn't take away from how like hard it can seem and is in that moment. It can be overwhelming. It can be I've got the magpie coming up onto the bench now. I wonder if we'll jump into the camera. It can just throw us off center. So, you know, somebody asked me one time, like, how long then do I like try and feel these emotions and process these emotions for? I can tell you firstly, that person had a thought about it which prolonged it, right? So that's one thing you don't want to really do is you just want to like feel as deeply into the emotion, into the center of the emotion as you possibly can, and breathe into it. And a thought that you could have that I sometimes find helpful is like inviting more, like bring me more, give me more of this, like invite more, like I can handle it, I want all of it, I want to process this, I want to feel all of this, I want to give me as much of this as you possibly can in life, and ask for more. And you know, feel into the center of it as much as possible and as fully as possible, and you'll find that you kind of like just like merge with it, and then for me there'll be like a breath, and there'll be like, oh, it's done. And that's been helpful, but it seems like that's taken a bit to get to. I think an intermediate step for someone that wanting to process the emotions and not run away from them or numb them with you know, social media or alcohol or drugs or sex or toxic relationships or just anything. They've kind of seen that stuff doesn't really serve any greater purpose right now, and the purpose is actually to feel this stuff, to process this stuff, and to release this stuff so they can, you know, expand and deepen their consciousness and raise their frequency. Well, for that person, I would just recommend to do like 3 minutes. Like make it a spiritual practice when you're feeling a lot and you want to process it. Just like look at the clock and set it for 3 minutes, and like put that phone down, put all the other coping mechanisms down, and just face it for 3 minutes. feel it as fully as you can for 3 minutes, and you might fail, it might be too much, and then you might just grab your phone or grab something. That's okay, right? You might do 3 minutes and then still decide to do that thing. That's awesome as well, right? It's a journey. And I think after a while, what will happen, or what can happen, is you realize that, oh, these actual emotions, they really are like just sensations, and I can just feel them. And instead of them being like this big like monster that has like a lot of charge on it, a lot of resistance to it, it's actually just like, oh, these are just feelings. And this is like really high level stuff, and I'm not like this all the time, but like to the point sometimes they become like pleasurable, even like the ecstatics of the world. They're like the just energy. There's just energy in general, and that's just like, it's almost like orgasmic, and it's like ecstasy throughout their body. I mean, that's like, I think, the highest level. But for now, it's just like facing them and feeling them as fully as you can for 3 minutes, and having them not dictate and determine your life and rule you. Because once you can feel them, then you can, you're okay with feeling them, and your life's not driven by actions to avoid them or numb them. You can now choose actions for like what you want to create in the world, what's for your highest good, what's for the highest good of others. But it starts with that 3 minutes, and I think that would be a good practice for anyone that's having trouble being with these heavy emotions that can come up for us humans.